Hey, lovely pals. We're going to do a little bit of settling and breathing. So, this can be done anywhere. Just make sure you're comfy in your seat, somewhere you can sit tall through your spine. I'm sat on a lovely bolster. We can have cross legged, legs extended. You could do this sat on a chair, sat on your sofa, sat on the train, wherever you want to have a little sit. We're just going to do a little wiggle to prepare for breathing. So, a couple of rolls into the shoulders. Might be a little bit crunchy. Maybe the other way. Really nice. And then we're just going to take one of our hands and pat down one of our arms across the front of our chest, down the side of our body, and then all the way underneath the arm. So just waking up the muscles in the body that we might use when we breathe. Really nice. Not might use, will use. Definitely using muscles when we're breathing. But giving them a gentle little wake up down the side. We're going to do this on the other side. Starting to wake up the body a little bit. Maybe coming down the side of the body, down the underneath of the arm. We're going to repeat this a couple of times. Really nice. Coming down the side of the body, underneath the arm. One more time. Waking everything up a little bit. And then finally, we're going to rub our hands together. And really nice and warm. And then we're going to use our warm hands and use the heel of our hand to stroke down the side of the neck. So doing this on each side a couple of times, maybe giving our neck a little massage. We're really trying to get into the sides of the neck. I can't do it very well with this fun Britney mic that I have on. But just waking everything up a little bit. And then we're going to settle somewhere that feels nice and genuinely comfortable for you. Cross-legged might be the one. We might kneel with the bolster underneath us. If you've done that little bit of waking up and then you're like, I'm not comfy, take the time to set it up. You can pause the video, get loads of other stuff and props, or change where you are in the space, and then let it go again. We don't ever need to suffer through our seated asana, our seated posture, especially when we're looking to connect to our breath and create a little bit of stillness. Maybe our palms are facing down, maybe our palms are facing up. We can either close down the eyes or just take the drishti, the focus, to somewhere which isn't too stimulating, ideally not the screen. And then we're going to take a big inhale through the nose, gentle sigh out of the mouth. Two more like that, breathing in through the nose, filling up the belly full of air. Gentle sigh out of the mouth. One more, breathing in through the nose, filling up the belly full of air. Gentle sigh out of the mouth. If it's comfortable, we're going to start to breathe in and out through the nose. If that's not comfy for any reason, in through the nose and out through the mouth is always welcome. But after that big breath we started with, we're now coming to our natural breath. So we're not looking to force it or exaggerate it. Not looking to breathe to the point where we can't take in any more air, or breathe out to the point where it feels like we need to gasp. A sense of ease to our breath. If our mind is fizzy, lots of things are wiggling around in it, a reminder that is fine and normal and probably will happen at some point in the practice. We try and keep the mind still by focusing on the breath. Noticing the inhales and exhales. Maybe the speed of them. Maybe if we feel any movement in the body. But knowing that that task is hard and we show ourselves a lot of kindness and compassion when trying to keep ourselves focused. Knowing if we give up, if we're not doing it perfectly, means that we never really get better at anything. Giving yourself the permission to be messy here. Now we can stay with our breath as it is. We're going to add in a little bit of visualization. So if we'd like to add that in, we're going to imagine we're somewhere we can see the sea, specifically the water's edge. So that might be a cliff, it might be sat on a beach, it might be somewhere you've been loads of times and know really well. It might be somewhere brand new. And as we inhale, we're going to imagine a wave expanding in towards the beach. And as we exhale, letting that wave move back in towards the mass of the ocean. As we inhale, this wave expands, our lungs expand. Again, we're not trying to exaggerate, not going to our fullest breath, still with that sense of ease. We exhale, we gently let that air out. This wave is matching our pattern of breath. Inhaling, the wave moves in towards the shoreline. Exhale, it retreats. And just like a wave, our breath has these moments of suspension at the top and at the bottom. There is a moment of almost stillness as the wave expands to its fullest reach before it then starts to come back in. And like our breath, our inhales and exhales, they don't run straight into each other unless we're hyperventilating. There is this space at the top and the bottom of the inhale. It's not a stillness, it's not a stopping. We're not cutting the breath or gripping or holding it in. But there is this moment of suspension. And just like in this almost stillness of the wave, there is still all this life force, this energy in that stillness. These 4 parts of our breath that are always happening, whether we're focusing on them or not. This energy, this calm that we can tap into whenever we need. A wave that is moving with your breath. This continuous lapping. This peace that is always within you. If you want to stay with this for a little bit longer, you are more than welcome to do so. But if you're coming with me, we're going to inhale, bring our hands out to a capital T shape. Right arm over left. We're going to give ourselves a really big hug, holding ourselves. Holding the container of our bodies, the container of all that magic and life that is within you. And then we're going to bring our hands out back to this capital T shape. We're going to do the other side, left arm over right, or just the other way. Giving ourselves another big hug, holding ourselves, showing ourselves some love and thanks for showing up today, spending a little bit of time with ourselves. Hands close to the heart to close, either Anjali Mudra, 2 palms pressing together, 2 sides of the body, or palms resting over the heart. Taking one last big breath to close. Breathing in through the nose, filling up the belly full of air, deepest breath we can, and then a big loud sigh out of the mouth, letting everything out. Thanks so much for joining, everyone. It was so lush to have you here.